Hey everyone, welcome back to Setting the Table, where we're not just meal prepping for our plates, but we're setting the table for our life. I'm Dr. Shani, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some must-have items that truly helped me along my own nutrition journey. These items help to keep me focused, grounded, and in tune with what my body truly needed. Whether you're just starting or you're trying to stay consistent, setting the table with these tools are like setting the table with silverware before a meal. They don't help to prepare the meal, but they help the experience to be consistent, smooth, clearer, and more intentional. First up, a food scale. And this little device taught me something huge. Proportion distortion is real. When I first started this journey and I started to weigh my food, I realized that I had no idea what 4 ounces of especially proteins or snacks actually looked like. And for me, this isn't about being obsessive, it's about building awareness. It allowed me to reconnect with what I was eating versus what I thought I was eating. It brought a layer of mindfulness, and that made a huge difference. The second item is a body scale. And I know this one can be a little bit controversial, but just stay with me. Let me just be clear. This is a tool, not a judgment. For me, tracking my weight was one way for me to observe trends. It allowed me to see how the foods that I consumed impacted my body. Now, I, at one point, was weighing myself every day. However, I didn't really focus on the numbers too much. The key thing is not to obsess over the daily changes, but to see the trends, to see if you're going in the correct direction for you, whether that be up or down, or if you need to make adjustments so that you can get back on your track, whatever that may be for you. If the number on the scale is going to mess with your mindset, then skip it. But if you can use it with a healthy mindset, you can learn to see the impact that food has on your body, and you can stay informed and empowered. So there are different types of scales. So the scale that I used was a digital scale. It's a smart scale, and it connected to my phone. So every time I would step on the scale, it would automatically log it on my phone and keep a track. I was able to use the app that came with the device to set a goal weight for myself, a timeline that I wanted to achieve it in, and I was basically able to track over time how much I was losing within that particular time frame, and it basically plotted it on like a line graph so that I could have a visual display of my weight loss over a particular period of time. Of course, there were days where it would spike or it would be higher, so it was not a downward trend. As I said, this journey is definitely an undulating one, but you eventually with the trends get to your goal if you stay true to yourself and consistent on your nutrition journey. You'd be amazed to see what 1 tablespoon of peanut butter actually looks like, or 1 tablespoon of liquid aminos, and that's where measuring cups and measuring spoons come in handy, right? Just like the food scale, these items help to train your eyes and your habits. Once I started to be comfortable and more familiar with what items measured and what it looked like, I was able to measure things without overthinking, right? It became natural, almost like second nature to me. What 4 ounces of chicken looked like, what a tablespoon of salt looked like, what 1 tablespoon of liquid aminos looked like. It was like a muscle memory kind of thing. But it's really important to measure your food so you know exactly how much calories you're taking in and how much certain nutrients you're taking in, right? Being objective in this process is very, very important on your nutrition journey. And measuring things, you cannot get away from it. You have to do it. So you guys know I'm about setting emotional and mental tables too, and this is where the food journal came in for me. This was another thing that I used along my nutrition journey that helped me to stay accountable. So I would literally track everything I ate. I would write down the names of the food, the portions of the food, the macros, the calories of each food item. So if I was eating chicken and sweet potatoes, I would write 4 ounces of chicken has X number of calories. X number of protein in 4 ounces of chicken. And I would do that for everything that I ate, whether it was snacks with a yogurt or if it was a full meal, dinner, lunch, whatever it was. And I would not just write down the portion sizes of each items of the food that made up the meal, but I would also document how they made me feel, right? So if this meal made me feel full, after 2 or 3 hours, I would write a smiley face beside it. And I'd say, yes, I really enjoyed that meal, or no, I didn't really like it that much. So at least going back, I was able to say, okay, this item or this meal made me feel full and I enjoyed this meal. Or I had this at the time of my period, around the time, if you're a woman watching this, and we have food cravings around certain times of our periods or menstrual cycle, you can document that too. And that really helps me along my journey. Hydration, it affects everything, whether it is hunger cues or metabolism. I know this sounds very simple and very basic, but you need to have a good water bottle, a good reusable water bottle, right? We're all about sustainability. And whether it is cold water, that's your preference, or if it is room temperature water, that's your preference, ensure that you have a water bottle that will allow you to meet those goals with those preferences. So if you need the ones that encourage you, you're almost there, you have about 2 liters to go, or you only have a few more ounces left, then you can get whichever water bottle works for you. And another thing that works for me is that most of the times when I thought I was hungry, I was really thirsty. And so like nowadays we just walk around with our phones every single place you go, whether it is in the bathroom, to the grocery store. You literally can't go anywhere without your phone. That's me and my water bottle. My cousin used to tease me, like, why am I coming to her house? I know that I have water there. Why am I bringing my water bottle? It's like a security blanket for me right now. I go everywhere with my water. The supermarket, the gym, definitely. To other people's houses, like if I'm going on a date, I have my water bottle in the car all the time. It's like my little phone. So whether you're just starting or you're refining the path that you're currently on, these are the tools that helped me to set my table for the things that I deserved in my life. Better habits, more mindfulness, and real results on my nutrition journey. Not just on my plate, but how I felt and how I showed up in my life. Remember, every meal you prep, every choice you make, and every tool that you pick up, it's all a part of setting the table. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Click the notification bell so you'll know whenever I upload a new video. And come along with me on my nutrition journey. I'm so excited you're here. Subscribe and share.